off the charts. As soon as I stepped off the train in Universal Station over there, you can just feel it right away. You're just like, wow, yeah, this is intense. He works at a local newsstand where they sell, newspapers and magazines on the sidewalk, but at least he works overnights. And I felt bad for my coworkers that had to be here during the day to have to deal with it, but thankfully they lived through it. But it's been pretty tough, this hot spell. I've been in places like Vegas where it's more of a deserty hot, but then I've also been places like South Florida and Texas where it's like humid hot, and it just kind of felt like a mixture of the both. Meantime, utility crews are still trying to restore power for all of their customers suffering through this heat wave. Some people won't have electricity again until tomorrow. Reporting live in Studio City, John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Cooler temps are in the forecast for today, but that's still before we see the so-called Bobcat fire that broke out Sunday afternoon has grown nearly 4,900 acres. So far, it isn't threatening any structures, but fire officials say a change in wind direction today could send it towards populated areas. More than 100 firefighters on the lines. They've been attacking it from the air as well, with water-dropping planes and helicopters. Investigators say they've figured out the cause of the El Dorado wildfire, warning about Yucaipa that's chewed up more than 7,000 acres and affected about 3,000 residences. They say it started Saturday morning during a gender reveal party at El Dorado Ranch Park after a pyrotechnic device that generates smoke was used. So far, the fire is only 5% contained. One resident tells CBS 2 things happen fast.
It jumped, it started the water tank on fire, which then in turn just flew through and the fire just went. I mean, it was that fast.
No injuries have been reported, but fire officials say an outbuilding has been destroyed. Some financial relief is on the way for thousands of Californians who lost their jobs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's because the state is sending a lump sum of $900 in unemployment benefits, which are retroactive from the start of August. The earlier federal program provided a $600 weekly supplemental benefit on top of the normal state unemployment checks, but that program expired in July. President Trump's announced he's holding a Labor Day news conference at the White House at 10 this morning. Says he wants to talk about the latest jobs report, which showed the national rate of unemployment falling to 8.4%. Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia was on Fox News this morning. So it's a very strong trend. We have added 10.6 million jobs since April. We've got obviously more work to do, but we're making strong progress, better than had been projected. It's estimated another 11 million jobs need to be added to take the economy back to the level it was at before the pandemic hit. The latest jobs report showed just 1.4 million jobs were created in August. President Trump's former lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen, out with his tell-all book tomorrow. It describes Mr. Trump as a mob-boss figure who made racist insults and was driven by hatred for former President Obama.
Cohen's behind-the-scenes account corroborates accusations previously made about the president, including hatred and contempt for his predecessor, Barack Obama.
He was an incompetent president, that's all I can say. Grossly incompetent.
Cohen says Mr. Trump claims the former president got his Ivy League degrees from testing affirmative action. And while ranting about Obama, President Trump said, "Tell me one country run by a black person that isn't an asshole." The White House called Cohen a disgraced felon who has lost all credibility and says it's unsurprising to see his latest attempt to profit off of lies.
That report from CBS News White House correspondent Paul Reed. Cohen has talked to NBC News ahead of the book's release. He says he fears Mr. Trump will try to stay in the White House any way he can.
I believe that he would even go so far as to start a war in order to prevent himself from being removed.
The book details Cohen's role in paying hush money before the last election to women who allege they had affairs with Mr. Trump. And he says he watched on many occasions as Trump cornered pretty women in his office and forcibly kissed them as they recoiled. More protests continuing today in South LA over a shooting of a person by deputies. That story is coming up right after traffic in 2 minutes. Right now, 8:35, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in the 5s. Here's Tim Greenwood.
We have a number of difficulties going on around the city. Here we are, 215 southbound at Martin Luther King Jr. in Moreno Valley, a ladder in lanes, fire closures, Highway 2 at Mount Wilson, Red Box Road over to Big Tahunga, closed due to the Bobcat fire. Highway 39 north of Azusa, closed from First Street up to the West Fork Bridge. The Yucaipa fire also has Bryant Road blocked both directions from Oak Glen to the 38 in Yucaipa. Oak Glen Road Road is closed east of Bryant Street. Potato Canyon Road is closed at Oak Glen. Bright gray, smoky skies mean not much eastern slowdown. We do have a crash going into downtown on the 10 eastbound at Robertson. That two-car crash has cleared to the right shoulder. Other debris at Hoover has just been cleared from an earlier problem. In and out of LAX is not a problem if you are driving through that area. Some debris in lanes southbound on the 14 right at the 5 about to get cleared. And Highway 38 is closed from 2 miles north of Crystal Lake Road to Angeles Crest Highway. Next traffic report at 8:45. With more traffic reports more often, I'm Tim Greenwood from the Toyota of Glendora 24-hour traffic center, KX 1070 News Radio.
Very hot today, but cooler than yesterday, especially over the coastal areas. Got some more cooling on the way tomorrow. Santa Ana wind's going to be returning on Wednesday. That's going to keep the coast and valleys hot. The fire danger going to stay high throughout the week. Your exclusive 5-day forecast is coming up at 8:45. Currently, we have 79 degrees in Sun Valley, at 75 in downtown LA, and 75 in Orange at 8:37. Authorities arrested 12 people during a weekend protest over the deadly shooting of Dijon Kizzee by deputies in the Westmont area. Dozens of people attended the demonstration in front of the South LA Sheriff's Station. Social media posts claim a 7-year-old girl was among those affected when deputies fired tear gas. Deputies say they declared an unlawful assembly after some people in the crowd threw rocks and chunks of concrete. Dijon Kizzee was shot and killed by deputies August 31st. After they stopped him for a bicycle violation, he was reportedly not carrying any weapons. The call for police reform is resonating for many Americans, but can that be achieved? There is no simple solution to achieving police reform, according to best-selling mystery writer J.J. Hensley, a former police officer and a former Secret Service agent. He says it starts with accountability.
You have to build a system of accountability that is so strong that it can withstand people coming and going. It's a system that can outlast the people.
Hensley says many barriers must be broken down to achieve real reform.
Too often, there's strict HR policies that make it hard to get rid of an officer, or police unions step in and they advocate for an officer and make it difficult to get rid of an officer.
And he says choosing the right leaders for local police departments is just as important as proper training for officers themselves. Nathan Roberts, KNX 1070 News Radio. The largest school district in Orange County making plans to reopen for in-class learning. In a letter to families, Capistrano Unified says it plans to bring its 47,000 students back in stages. It all depends on when Orange County moves up a notch on the state's new coronavirus monitoring system. That could happen as soon as tomorrow, clearing the way for some special education students to return to class in 2 weeks. The district says it hopes that all of its students will be back in class by October 13th. Homeowners Association for a Westwood area condominium is being sued for allegedly blocking an 80-year-old resident and her caregivers, all of whom previously tested positive for the coronavirus, from returning to her unit.
After being diagnosed in late July, all three quarantined in the woman's condo following a doctor's recommendation. Since her two caregivers were mainly symptom-free, they rarely left the unit and wore masks, which also states that the woman suffers from dementia and is confined to a wheelchair, requiring round-the-clock assistance. When paramedics took her to the hospital in August for an unrelated illness, they told the condo valet about the trio's coronavirus diagnoses. The HOA president allegedly sent a letter stating that the caregivers will not be permitted to enter the building under any circumstances for allegedly acting with reckless disregard for the health and safety of the owners and the staff. All, however, have since been told that they could return, but only if they agree to provide negative test results taken within 48 hours of entering the building, and they must quarantine in the woman's condo for 2 weeks. Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
New poll shows many Americans are leery of efforts to push out a coronavirus vaccine this year.
Skepticism about getting a coronavirus vaccine has grown since earlier this summer. And most voters say if a vaccine were made available this year, their first thought would be that it was rushed through without enough testing.
CBS News manager at surveys, Jennifer DePinto, just 21% of voters nationwide now say they would get a vaccine as soon as possible if one became available at no cost. That is down from 32% late July. Most said they would consider it, but we'll wait to see what happens to others before getting one. It's an indication of the imbalance in COVID-19 testing among college students.
According to the Texas Tribune, some university student athletes are getting tested for coronavirus, while experts say testing for the rest of the students is lagging way behind. Within the month, 5 major Texas football scheduled to play. Public health experts say schools need to dramatically increase COVID-19 testing in order to catch the quote silent spread fueled by students who are infected but are asymptomatic. Jim Priscilla's
Got some slowing downtown LA on the 10 at the 5 for the next traffic improvement. It's 841.
Are you paying too much for a home loan? There's no better time than right now to take advantage of Prime Choice Funding's incredible refinancing options. Visit PrimeChoiceFunding.com for a free loan savings analysis.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know. Today's subject, transmission.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions. That we have over 50 years experience rebuilding and replacing transmissions. And that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty. Keep your eyes on the road and your ears open for another episode of AMCO's Bet You Didn't Know.
That's AMCO, double A, MCO.
I'm Tim Smith. At Bob Smith BMW, our core values are based on you and your best interests. We've believed this for over 100 years because it's the right thing to do. See us now in our open and safe showroom or visit us online at bobsmithbmw.com.
Our nation is facing problems like it's never seen before. Many of us are struggling to keep financially afloat while trying to adjust to the new normal of life. Hi, my name is Scott Chusium. I am the founder of the Tax Defense Group, and we have changed the lives of thousands of people each and every year by settling their tax debt. Many other tax relief companies are advertising that the IRS has new programs available. This is absolutely false. However, there are many programs in place, and we know them all. And depending upon your situation, we will use every available option to resolve your tax issue, whatever it may be. The IRS has made clear, now more than ever, is the best time to resolve your overall tax matter. Our company will file your back taxes, create compliance, and negotiate on the overall balances. There is only one legitimate tax help company. I know that because I built it.
Call the Tax Defense Group now. 855-TAX-BILL. 855-TAX-BILL. That's 855-829-2455.
If you've got an embarrassing smile, damaged teeth, rotten teeth, major dental issues, and it's been a long time since you've been to the dentist, Cunning Dental can help you out. They specialize in you. If you got some fears, some anxiety, they repair years of neglect in just 1 or 2 appointments, all while you sleep. It's Mike Simpson here. You got to get over there because they do everything. Dental implants, crowns, bridges, root canals, full smile makeovers, all while you sleep. New patients, they get their first sleep for free. Call Cunning at 855-2-CUNNING. It's 855-2-CUNNING.
How do smart, hard-working roofing contractors run jobs smoothly, even remotely? They save time with Beacon. The Beacon Pro Plus app features simple online ordering and bill pay. Choose products like the new GAF Timberline HDZ shingles with a 600% larger strike zone nailing area for faster, more accurate installations. Pick the style, color, and quantity, and let the app order for you. With Beacon Pro Plus, order round the clock from anywhere. Work smarter. Download the free app at beaconproplus.com.
For muscle pain, body aches, to strains, Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis. It works fast and you won't stink. Its unique formula with emu oil penetrates deep to relieve arthritis pain, sore muscles, joints, and more.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
8:45, I'm Ron Marchand. Coming up, is it a pandemic hit or miss? The blockbuster movie Tenet opens in reduced capacity theaters.
Sotheby's hip-hop auction. That story's coming up in 5 minutes when Bloomberg checks your money.
More than 40,000 DWP customers still without power because of heat-related outages. These stories coming up in the next 15 minutes. But first, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Tim Greenwood, brought to you by the Auto Club of Southern California.
710 northbound at Slauson Avenue in Bell. It's a stalled car at the center divider. CHP is bringing in a brake to clear that car to the right shoulder for you. 5 southbound at Culver Drive on ramp in Irvine. We have a stalled car blocking the ramp there. CHP on the way to find out what the reason is. Highway 14 northbound at Rancho Vista Boulevard. It's a chair in the right lane. Moving day gone bad in Los Angeles. Century Boulevard on-ramp to Highway 110 northbound. A fire reported off the side of the road, and CHP has transferred the call over to the LA Fire Department. 215 southbound at Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard into Moreno Valley. There's a ladder in lanes. 259 southbound at Highland Avenue. Car with a blowout tire started a 5-car crash, kind of a big fender bender. CHP ran a traffic brake, and right now they made really short work of it. Everybody's off to the right shoulder. SIG alert, Highway 2, Mount Wilson, Red Box Road over to Upper Big Tahunga. That road is blocked due to fire. That's a new SIG alert because of the Bobcat fire. Azusa is closed above the city of Azusa as well. Highway 39 closed up to West Fork Bridge. Wondering if you're paying too much for auto insurance? It's easy to find out at AAA.com/insurance. You could save an average of $537, so stop wondering. Start saving. Visit AAA.com/insurance for your free quote. Next traffic report at 8:55. With more traffic reports more often, I'm Tim Greenwood in for Jennifer York this morning from the Toyota of Glendora 24-hour traffic center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Well, this long holiday weekend has been a very hot one because of the strong high pressure system sitting overhead. The good news today is that we're going to start to see a little bit more of that sea breeze kick in, so that's going to provide a little bit of a cooling as we head into the second half of the day and also into Tuesday, but it's still going to be very hot no matter how you look at it. We still have red flag warnings, fire weather watches, and also excessive heat warnings in place. Mid-80s today for the coast, low 90s for LA and Orange County Metro, 110 for the valleys, 108 for the Inland Empire, 110 for the high deserts, and 90s for the mountains. With Southern California's most accurate, dependable forecast on